Dude. 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 I gotta go pee, but dude. Dude. I am shaken up right now. I just had maybe the grossest college experience I've ever had. Which honestly isn't saying much, but it definitely still is the grossest. Oh, dude. Oh my god. That was like bad, dude. I just got out of class. I need to take a second before I can even go into story time mode. Cause that was rough. That was rough. So I just had my comedy editing class. Now for some context about this. The first class I had of this course, my friend was in it because she was originally registered for the class. Now, during that class, I've been sick. There's like Claritin. I got Claritin here, but it's also here because it's empty. I got damn Sudafed, Fedrin over here. I got fucking Gatorade here and here. I know it probably looks like that's the same bottle, but it's actually two different ones. Oh my god. So I had it with a friend, right? And she, during that whole class, was texting me like, bro, this is chud class. Like, looking at the other people that are in the class, this is chud class. And I was like, now mind you, okay, there were the majority of the class, basic all white people. Okay. Now there are two characters that I know. One is someone who I have had two classes with previously. I share some mutual friends outside of Emerson, but this motherfucker only messages me when it's about a class that we're in. So, like, he messaged me a lot, like, a year ago for a class we had together on Instagram about, like, homework and shit or missing classes or whatever. I never hear from him, because of course not, because it's not like we interact. He starts messaging me again about fucking classes and shit, about the homework. He also can't for the life of him figure out how to read a fucking web article that explains, to use critical thinking to realize that, okay, this is an online web page that's about how to use this website and how to use it with another software. But I don't want to use this other software. So logically, because of that, right? I don't want to use this software. I just want to learn how to use this. But fuck, I'm tripping over my words. Hold on. So let me just pull it up. So there's this website. It's how to use Spacebook, which is Emerson's like, wait, this isn't fucking Spacebook. Do we have two different things called Spacebook? What the hell is it called? I'm getting it confused. Hold on. Sourcebook. My bad. There's this Sourcebook. Okay. So our professor links us this article because we need to learn how to use Sourcebook. Now, this article is talking about it in reference to Avid, which is a different editing software than most people use, myself included, as in I don't use it. So you would think that off of this article, which is connecting to Sourcebook, you would just realize, okay, hey, this is just talking about the connecting to Sourcebook stuff up until here. And then our professor has instructions linked somewhere that pretty much tell you where to go after you get to this point. So you would realize then that if you don't want to use Avid, once it starts talking about Avid, you can just stop reading. You would think that, right? You would think you would make that connection. Well, this guy didn't, but whatever. So there's him, who's annoying, but he's not op. Okay? But then also, in addition to him, is the fucking Jizz Wizard. Now, I don't remember if I've talked about the Jizz Wizard on stream before, but there is a kid who multiple times in freshman year was caught masturbating in a common room. I don't know if it's known why he did it. Who knows? Who knows? Cause he was in a triple. He had a triple dorm with someone I was friends with at the time. And so his roommates had to have an intervention with him saying like, hey, you got to stop cranking in the common rooms, dude. And I honestly don't know what happened after that. I honestly don't. But I know that shit was weird then because of that. And one of the other roommates, the other roommate in the triple, then felt so uncomfortable living with him that they gave him a single. Now, why didn't they give the chronic masturbator a single? I don't know. But keep in mind, this is the Jizz Wizard. Now I had a class with him last semester as well, where he was really annoying, but not that bad. Okay? He was really annoying, but not that bad. Because he's like, in his demeanor, he's like so overly chipper. And it's like, I don't know. I got like bad vibes from Day Dot last semester. Because this is, before last semester, I never interacted with him. I didn't even know what he looked like. I didn't know who the Jizz Wizard really was. Okay? I just knew there was a Jizz Wizard. So from Day Dot of that class last semester, I got bad vibes from him. I'll say it. Because look, hey, there's some shit that like, how do I want to phrase this well? If you're a loser, and I count myself kind of as part of this, and there is shit that you do that is weird, but you're conscious of it, you will adapt, if that makes sense. But then there's some motherfuckers out there who don't notice that it's weird, and so they don't adapt. Maybe because they're noticing other more weird parts of them are weird, and they adapt for that, if that makes sense. Like, I don't know. I kind of can't justify that for last semester without talking about the things this semester which do justify that statement, so I'll get there. But I just got like bad vibes Day Dot. But I'll be honest, it was like, hey, you know, it's like some of the way you talk, some of the way you do things, it's just like that like weird extra like stutter or whatever. That's like, I don't think this is performative, but I think you're just like really odd. It's really hard to like put into words. But I just got bad vibes Day Dot. Now, like, 2 months later, I find out from someone else in that class that that is the Jizz Wizard. And I'm like, holy shit. That's the fucking Jizz Wizard? But ultimately, his behavior didn't change. It was something where, like, he couldn't handle any pressure being put on him. And so, like, before I found out it was the Jizz Wizard, I didn't fuck with him. I got bad vibes from him. But I was kind of like, am I just being judgmental and an asshole? Maybe this is a guy with, like, crazy insecurities who just isn't able to mask very well. So maybe I'm the bad guy. Then I find out he's the Jizz Wizard, and I'm like, I'm justified, right? But, like, there are so many times where he would just, like, crumple under pressure. He would like be weird in social situations when talking to people, and it's just like it gets to a point where it's like you're being awkward, but you don't realize you're being awkward, nor do you feel bad about that. So I don't fuck with that. Like, you think you're dope. It's like kind of like the Reddit millennial cringe. Like those videos, if you've seen them. Let me see if I can find it. There's one guy on Instagram who does a character very well that is like kind of this to a T. But it's like so much better spoken than this guy even is. Yes, this guy. Yes, this guy.
And for some reason, we as a society decided to celebrate that. But me personally, I could care less about death.
Okay, hold on, let me restart.
Another new year. You guys know what that means. Another year closer to the inevitability of death. And for some reason, we as a society decided to celebrate that. But me personally, I could care less about death because I've already been dying inside pretty much my entire life. I guess that's life when you have crippling depression. And
Like
don't even
this?
get me started on New Year's resolutions. If you're a guy like me, you are not completing a single fucking one.
This minus the swearing and like any sense of like social commentary or self-awareness of like the depression, none of it. But like this level of awkwardness, but then like stretched out because he's painfully socially anxious, and not even in a way that's like, hey, I have fucking diagnosed social anxiety. I do. Hey, I do. I've been battling it, especially this past like month. It's been going nuts since fucking beginning of January. I don't know why. But like not even in a way that like I can like fucking empathize with. Just like, right? Like truly incompetent. Like the kind of motherfucker who when he does something wrong is like, stupid. But like not even like actually hurting. But I don't know. It's just like weird. It's just weird. The way I'm describing him makes it seem like this is just someone who has like very bad mental health conditions, and that's probably true because he fucking masturbates in public. But at the same time, it's like, dude, I think your mental health issues are a bigger concern for those around you who have to deal with you than you are to yourself, if that makes sense. Like, I think this motherfucker goes through his day-to-day thinking everything's peachy clean. Anyway, fucking insufferable. Well, not even insufferable. At the time, I was like, oh my god, this guy's annoying, but at least he's not publicly masturbating anymore. I don't fuck with him at all. At all. I don't fuck with him at all. But at least he's not publicly masturbating, so I'll put up with him. And I'll fucking be jovial in conversations as I would with anyone else, right? I'll just call him Harvey Weinstein behind his back. Because apparently he wants to be a fucking director. Oh my god, dude, your spine is fucking... It's in pieces. There's no way you have the fucking sauce to be a director. Anyway, I'm just bullying this kid at this point, but it's going to be justified by what I'm about to say. So, I go through that whole class with him. He's fucking useless. Whatever. He's not useless, but he's not useful. I'll say that. And that's like the production class, so like everyone has to be in sync. He might as well not be there. I can't snap with my left hand, nor can I really snap much better with my right, but I can at least do kind of the motion with it. I have like a 60% hit rate with snaps on my right hand. I have a 0 on the left. Anyway, I get through the year. Or the semester. Whatever. I don't have to fucking have a class with the Jizz Wizard anymore. I don't have to deal with the Jizz Wizard anymore. I went through 2.5 years of college without having to interact with the Jizz Wizard. I don't have to anymore. He's in my fucking class this year. This semester, he's in the comedy editing class. But I'm like, okay, fuck. I hate it, but I'm like, okay, look, this guy's really weird, and I don't want him anywhere close to any of my friends, nor do I want to interact with him at all outside of class hours. But I can put up with it. I can deal with his cringiness. I can deal with his fucking millennial, I'm already dead insideness.
Another new year. You guys know what that means. Another year closer to the inevitability of death.
I can deal with it. Okay? Here's the timeline. So he is also raising his hand way too much in fucking conversation. Or no, not even that. No, I yap more with the teacher than he does. I take that back. He still brings that like weirdly upbeat energy. That weirdly performative energy that I'm like, I don't think the way you are talking to me is a real human being right now. So I guess you are masking. I said he wasn't masking earlier. I guess he is masking, but I think because what he is so much more vile. Because he fucking publicly masturbates. But anyway. Last class, which was a week ago. We have these classes once a week. He shows up to class with, the class before this, before that, we had to come in with like a writing assignment. He came in with something. It was like, I got icked by it, but it wasn't the worst. Last class, he comes in. He has a Han Solo Jabba's Palace Lego. Yeah, like a Han frozen in carbonite Lego. Just in his hand, not this face. Han Solo carbonite figure. We'll just show it. Lego. Yeah, this. He has it in his hand the whole class. He's just fidgeting with it. It's also not like pristine. It's musty. Oh, it's musty. It's musty. He's fucking fidgeting with it. At the time, I thought it was really whack. I thought it was like, oh my god, you're like a fucking second grader who needs to bring his toys to class. Are you fucking serious? Are you fucking serious? I remember in the second grade when we started bringing stuffed animals to school because we thought, oh shit, we can do this. And then the teachers were like, okay, guys, maybe don't bring your stuffed animals to school. It's kind of like not a good idea. But I remember when we did it, that's what you are. You need your fucking little baby toys to play with in class. But whatever. Today he comes into class, different Lego minifigure. And I'm judging him again. It's also equally musty, if not more. I'm judging. But I'm like, hey, you know what? Maybe I'm judging too harshly. Maybe the guy just needs a fucking fidget toy. Ultimately, what's the goddamn difference between playing with a Lego figure and playing with a damn fidget cube? Who am I to say? Huh? Who am I to say? So I'll back off it, okay? Now, he's just as fucking insufferable in class as he is normally. But whatever. Maybe 2/3 of the way through class, I see him just stand up, quickly walk out the door. Walk to the door. He goes to the door, holding his nose. You know what? I guess, to myself, he got a bloody nose. Now look, I'm not someone that gets bloody noses, but I'm not going to judge a motherfucker for getting a bloody nose. Unless you were actively fucking shoving crayons up there. Maybe that's where the Han Solo minifigure went and why you had to get the other one. But unless you're actively causing that, which I didn't observe him doing, who am I to fucking judge? Okay? Sometimes the body works in fucking mysterious ways. He goes off to the bathroom. Comes back. Let me actually pull out that toilet paper. Imagine this is a tissue instead of a piece of toilet paper hanging out of his fucking nose. And you can see the blood. Like a little bit. Because he's obviously using it to, like, you know, clog his bloody nose. I'm going to take this out because that feels really gross. Okay? Up his nose. And I'm thinking, man, like, look, I guess I have to re-put this in my nose. Oh, but it's so gross. Oh, it's so gross. I don't want to have to re-put this in my nose. It's like I'm doing a COVID test. Okay, I'm actually just going to rip this off and shove a different part up my nose. Hold on. It's like, dude. Okay. Again, I'm not someone who gets bloody noses, so what the fuck do I know? But I, critically thinking, realized to myself, hey, this looks fucking stupid. Right? Like, I understand why you're not going to stay in the bathroom and soak it up till the bloody nose is done. But this is crazy. Okay? So I'm thinking to myself, why doesn't bro just like... Hold on. I'm trying to do this gracefully. Like this. Or something. Right? Now the tissue... This is toilet paper. But the tissue would still be in my nose. But at least it's not a giant thing dangling out, right? But he doesn't do that. Dead. He continues on. I need more toilet paper. This only gets worse. He continues on with the whole damn thing hanging out of his nose. Now, it's one thing if this is like a lecture and he's not talking, but this is like, this class gets into a little bit of seminar mode sometimes. Like, sometimes the professor's showing some shit. He's playing videos. He's playing our edits. We did edits of a scene. We were given a bunch of footage from this short film and then told edit it. You know, presumably for the scene. So he's showing our edits. So the professor plays someone's edit and then asks like us like what we noticed about it. Of course, no one is being critical about it because no one actually feels like being mean. I wanted to be mean. There were a bunch of fucking mistakes other people had in their edits that I wanted to point out, but I was like, that's not the vibe. But so he's asking us like what we noticed. This motherfucker raised his hand. He starts answering a goddamn question with this hanging out of his nose. It's dangling. It is dangling, and he is trying to have a serious fucking sentiment with the professor. And I think he has, like, he doesn't have any facial hair, the jizz was. So there's, like, kind of the remnants, like, he soaked up the blood, but, like, it's, like, still a little bit bloodied around, like, his, like, lips. Now, like, coming from his nose. And the professor, God bless him, actually responds earnestly and doesn't make any comment about this. Now, okay, after a while, this is maybe for, like, 5-10 minutes. After a while, takes it out. Thank God. It was gross. What does he do? What does he do? He gets another one of it, sticks it up back his nose. So there's this shit dangling, which was in his nose. So it is blood red. Of course it's blood red, because it's literally his blood. He keeps this up here, maybe like 3 minutes. Thankfully, less. Thankfully. Then, takes it out. This part, less bloody than this part. But what does he do? What does he do? What does he do? You have a bloody tissue, and you're... Hold on. Remember, this is the professor. We got like a bunch of seats. You're like here. That's where bro is. Okay? What is it? I'm like here. No, I'm like here. Okay? So if I want to look at the professor, bro's getting caught in my periphery. Here's fucking projector, right? So what does bro do? You're in the middle of class. You have a bloodied tissue. Big tissue. It's a whole tissue. It's not at all bundled up. Loose. Full tissue sized. What does he do? Throw it away? No. No, he doesn't throw it away. Of course not. Why would he? He's, I guess, fucking stupid? Fucking gross? We are in there for another 30-40 minutes. And he's just holding it. Again, full tissue, big clot of blood on the tip. Big blood. Just holding it. Just holding it. Just holding it. You know. Going back to playing with his fucking Lego. Just holding it. Holding it. You know, I kind of throw it away. There's not a trash can in the classroom. There's just one, I don't know, 5 feet out the door. So I just have to hold it. That's gross, right? That's really gross to look at. 100%. Then later on, At one point, he just puts it down on the desk. He can't carry the tissue the whole time. He just puts it down. Yes, the bloody part touches the desk. So now he is becoming a biohazard. He picks it up, thank God. But wait, don't worry, it's not to throw it away. It's to keep spreading it around. Keeps holding on to it. You know, at one point, the professor's all the way over there. What does he do? Holds it up. It's taut. It's not like tissue paper, which is all lumpy. It's like pretty firm. He like holds it up. Almost like, flight attendant, here's some trash. But what? No, he's using it to signal answering the fucking question that the professor asked. With a bloody fucking tissue. And he keeps holding on to it until the end of class when everyone leaves. And as he's getting up to go, what does he do? Again, doesn't throw it away, at least not quite yet. Oh, he puts it down on the seat. He's got to put his jacket on. Don't mind me, I gotta put my jacket on so I can get my fucking nose blood everywhere. Because it's cold outside. And then he picks it up and throws it away. I was crashing the fuck out in my seat watching this. I was so disgusted. I was appalled, dude. Genuinely, how are there motherfuckers who are that dumb? Who have that much shit for brains, are that inconsiderate and gross? What the fuck? I would have rather walked in on him masturbating. I'm so serious. Like, what the fuck are you thinking? Throw away the bloody tissue. You're literally a biohazard. You're literally a biohazard. Because you're leaving your bloody tissue all over. You're not just waggling it, you're also putting it down on fucking common surfaces. And you know what's kind of crazy? When class ended, the professor walked out like it wasn't a fucking big deal. I was the one who stayed behind an extra minute so I could grab a disinfecting wipe and wipe down the whole fucking desk. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me, dude? I need to blow my nose after shoving so much shit up it. Hey, look. Tissue? Here's this cool new thing called a trash can. You can throw these away in them. Fuck. Dude. Genuinely, how fucking disgusting. How do you lack brain cells so much that that's just some shit you do? Genuinely so gross. Because it'd be something like, look, this is what I was saying about, like, hey, if you do loser shit and you're at least aware of it and, like, you know, like, kind of concerned about it and try to hide it, I'm not going to get onto you. Look, I getting a nosebleed, again, I don't get them, but I know people who do, and from the sounds of it, they just come out of nowhere, and there's kind of nothing you can do about it. So I wouldn't even fault him for coming back with a ripped tissue up his nose. A ripped tissue, not a whole tissue. Whole tissue, tacky. But to then literally be waving it around, you are a biohazard. You are quite literally a biohazard. Are you just not fucking thinking? Are you just stupid? Like, you have to be. How is this person let into this school? How? How much money had to be paid to the fucking board of investees to be able to let this dumb fool idiot, I can't even think of the fucking word, this moron, literally shit for brains, nothing for brains. Shit will be smarter than him. Also, in the middle of this, as the class is ending, he's wearing sweatpants. Again, not gonna judge someone for wearing sweatpants. I need to open MS Paint again. He's like, you know, as per usual, Not sitting like this. You know, body goes up from here. He's sitting like this. But hey, I'm not going to be a pot calling the kettle black. I also fucking slouch. But his shirt, his probably medium-sized shirt, goes to here, and his pants go to here. So there's all this area. That's just out. That's just out, dude. Like, what? Again, if you get a nosebleed, I'm not gonna get onto someone and make them insecure if they're insecure about having nosebleeds for having a nosebleed. You have a fucking nosebleed. Big whoop. Okay? I have a jaw that feels fucking broken at times and clicks and clacks all the goddamn time. That's why I do that. If you see me doing this ever, or like some variation of that, it's because I'm like moving my jaw around so that it clicks and clacks, or to try to get it to click and clack. I'm not gonna get onto someone for that, for having a nosebleed. Body's fucked up. But to have not only a tissue hanging out, but then again, to be a literal biohazard, to be waving around your disgusting fucking nose blood. Genuinely, you're the stupidest motherfucker alive. Genuinely, how the fact that you got into the school is like blasphemy to the highest degree. It's a fucking moral atrocity that someone as stupid as you was allowed into higher education in the first place. Bring back bullying because I wanted to fucking yell at this shithead. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? He's lucky that I was like in shock and took a minute to sanitize his fucking desk, or else I would have fucking yelled at him out on the sidewalk if I left at the same time as him. What are you thinking? Genuinely so stupid. That person has zero future in Hollywood. I genuinely think deserving of nothing. Deserving of nothing. He needs a full pivot reassessment of his life and how fucking pathetic he is. Like, oh my god. So last semester, I had a friend who, like, near the end was talking to me and was just like, dude, I realized I just can't fucking stand him. I just can't stand him. And I was kind of like, it ain't that deep. Yeah, he did publicly masturbate and that's fucked up. But presumably he doesn't do that anymore. But no, now I get it. I get it. Genuinely fuck him. I think he is disgusting. I think that, like, you need a complete personality 180. Dude, bro, I think you are genuinely, like, so vile, and the fact that you are so unaware of how vile you are only makes it fucking worse. It's so disgusting. Because you pretend to be this innocent little chipper Reddit Gen Z motherfucker who, fucking all this bullshit. Genuinely, I can't say what I was about to say. So goddamn gross. Also, for the record, I mogged that class. I mogged the shit out of that class. Everyone was showing their edited videos. I came in with mine, fucking flopped my dick on the table, might as well. I was like the last one to go, or second last one to go, or something. And mine was by far the best. Not even trying to be that dick, but trying to be that dick. Yeah, I fucking blew the rest of them out of the water. Because also, for one, we were given a specific set of footage and told to edit that scene. And you're introducing outside music. Hey, I get that it drives home more of a comedic point that you're trying to make a joke out of it, but that's not the fucking point of that assignment. The point of the assignment is that we were given a scene from a short film to edit. Not to turn into our own thing, but to edit as part of the short film, as part of the narrative. I did that. Everyone else did in their own form, but less to a T than I did. But also, I know how to use fucking, like, room tone and all this shit. I was mindful of it, realized that the files were there so that I would use them, know how to do J cuts and L cuts, okay? Pay actual attention to my fucking assignments rather than leave in audio of people saying cut. Pay attention to continuity. Fucking cancel me. Fucking cancel me. I blew them shits out of the water. Blew out of the water. I'm not even trying to be braggy, but I know I am because someone in that class afterwards followed me on Instagram. I haven't even talked to them once. But they followed my ass on Instagram. So maybe I'm that bitch. Maybe I'm that. Maybe I serve it. How about that? Ah, dude, disgusting. My friend was so right when she decided to swap out because she said it was chud class. Genuinely so correct. Now, would I rather this editing class or the other editing class that I was in that was also in Software Bowl? This editing class, hands down. But it's closer than it should be.